Can you hear me well?
I can hear you. That's fine.
Good. All right, your audio is doing pretty better now too. Uh,
Woo.
woohoo!
Oh yeah. Did you see the thing about Rav Fink and contemporary questions in halakha? I'm so excited. I saw his face.
I so much want to see his shiurim, but I haven't been keeping up with it. What is it?
No, he hasn't had that many. I mean, I posted one that I think that might be what you're thinking of. No, that one was like on Yeshiva, the web Yeshiva. He probably
What was
planned
it?
that even before Corona
What was
hit.
it?
He has planned out Shirin. That's
Yeah.
Divrei Torah and Women. He's got one on Nagia. He's got one on Shabbat stuff, Shabbat clocks, I think
So
maybe.
what's the one you're excited about?
It just says contemporary questions in a halacha with Rabbi David Fink. But I think they were saying, or they were hinting at, it has to do with Corona stuff, like how to handle in public. But I don't know exactly. It's an hour long, so I presume it's going to run the gamut because it's him.
Uh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess I like hearing what he has to say in general. And this was 5 days ago, and so I guess I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I like him. I like
I think
his
that's enough. I just
dialogue.
like hearing him there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So we're live on YouTube, and I think we're up to chapter 3 in Yuma. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm loading. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we had to
So
see him on the
I think
second.
we
Yeah.
are. Yeah. So we're going back to the service of Yom Kippur, and the first thing done in the morning is reading this introduction. The first, uh, the first thing done was to establish that it was light enough outside to slaughter the morning tamid offering. This procedure was followed as well every day. So Amar Lehem Hamamuna, the officer in charge of the service, said to the Kohanim, Se'u u're'u im higiyaz manashchita. Go out and see if the sun has risen, and therefore it would be time for the tamid, for slaughtering the tamid. Im higia, if it has reached that time, haroa omer, the one who saw the sky, looked at the sky, says, bar kai, it is daylight. That is a very interesting word, and the Talmud goes and discusses what exactly. There's an argument about what exactly he said. But he said bar kai, it's daylight. As far as I can tell, I don't know. It's similar to barak is lightning.
Oh.
Matitya ben Shmuel Omer Heir Pnei Kula Mizrach Ash Bechevron. So that's a little bit of that discussion. Matitya ben Shmuel says he didn't say Barkai, or he did, but as part of what he said that the whole sky has lightened in the east all the way until Chevron. Or he would be asked, they would ask him, Ad Shebechevron, has it reached Chevron? Who Omer Hain, and he would say yes.
How does this is a perfect example. So in Hebrew it says Ha'ir Pnei Kol HaMizrach Ad Shechevron. Now, if anybody said that in modern Hebrew, the translation would be there is light in the east until Hebron.
Right.
How do
So
they
how do we
pull
know
out
it's a question?
another question? Because it says Vehu Omer Hen. Hen isn't even Ken.
Who Omer Hain is Cain. Hain means yes.
Okay.
So that does
Just
indicate a question. Interestingly, it points out in the commentary here that Matitya ben Shmuel was one of those officers in charge of the counts done in the temple. He would further interrogate the one who claimed to have seen daybreak. He wanted to know that a substantial portion of the sky had started to become light. The Talmud Yerushalmi explains that he mentions Chevron because that is where the patriarchs and matriarchs are buried, and they would begin the day, therefore, by reminding God of the merit accrued to them by virtue of their being descendants of Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah buried elsewhere.
Oh wow! So they made a connection to the Avod every morning as
Yeah,
gratitude and merit and like
as
this.
calling out merit. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
calling out.
That's a good way.
Yeah. Would you like to do the next
Call in
Mishnah?
favors. That sounds great. Calling in favors every day. All right. Velama hutzrachu lechach. Shepam achat ala meor halevana v'dimu ha'ir mizrach. Velama yitzrichu lechach. Why is all of this necessary?
Right. Why do we need to interrogate him?
Gotcha.
Why do we need a question?
One time rose, Me'or Levana, the light of the moon. V'dimu sheha'ir mizrach, and they thought that the east, there was light in the east. The east was lit up. V'shachtu et tamid, and they sacrificed the tamid offering. V'hotziuhu leveit hashrefa, and they slaughtered. And they brought and then they took it out to the place of burning. Horidu Kohen Gadol lebeit tefillah, and descended the Kohen from the place of immersion. Oh, the mikvah house, I guess. The mikvah.
So I think this is a they switch topics. That part of the morning sunlight, that's every day, including Yom Kippur. But specific to Yom Kippur, so now we've had that the Kohen Gadol has stayed up all night, and he's obligated to do these temple services. So I think he's already cleared off the Mizbeach before daybreak, and whatever else needed to be done before daybreak. And now he's getting ready for the day.
All right. So okay. It says they led Horidu. Okay. So they led, meaning probably the people helping him and watching him and studying with him all night, led the high priest of the place, the Kohen Gadol, from the down to Lebeit HaTefillah. Okay, so to the place.
And just going back on the previous thing, Hotziu Lebeit HaSreifa, generally the tamid was burnt on the Mizbeach. But because this tamid was slaughtered before its proper time, because they made a mistake and thought that it had been sunrise when it hadn't been, so they slaughtered the tamid early, and therefore they had to take it out to a special place where they would burn unfit sacrifices.
Yeah,
and then they had to bring a new tamid.
That makes sense. Zeh klal haya b'mikdash. This was the general rule in the Beit HaMikdash. Kol hamisach et raglav talum tefillah. Whoever covers his feet required an immersion. V'kol hamatil mayim ta'un kiddush yadayim v'raglayim. And whoever passed water required sanctification by washing his hands.
Yeah. So Mesech et Raglav is a euphemism for defecating.
Oh.
Whoever went to the bathroom needs to go to the mikveh, and whoever urinated needs to wash his hands and feet.
Oh. Matil mayim would be passing.
Matil mayim, passes water.
Yeah, these are euphemisms.
Yeah. Okay. Mishnah Gimel. Ein adam nichnas lazara lavoda afilu tahor ad sheyitbol. A man may not enter the azara. The azara is the courtyard that's surrounding the temple. Does it explain here? Anyway, so the Azara, do you have a clear understanding of how the temple worked? We could really use a good diagram.
Yeah.
Um,
Ako one. Like just a
problem is
temple
when you search
diagram
for
in general.
Yeah, problem is when you search for that, it's hard to find it necessarily.
Okay,
Um,
I hear that.
hmm, perhaps this one.
If it's not from 2020, it's probably not updated enough. Just kidding.
Probably having one in Hebrew would be useful.
Oh,
What if I just
does it matter
search? What if I
first or
search
second
for
temple?
a little bit, but I don't think for this. Maybe these guys have a good diagram on their website. Because I know these guys are legit, whereas some you don't know what you're getting online. Illustrated tour of the Holy Temple. First, you got to subscribe. Okay, fine. Oh, there we go. Illustrated tour of the Holy Temple. Let's see. The Holy Temple. Oh, the Court of Israel. That's what we're looking for. Oh, they didn't have a full diagram. All right, let's try one more time. Come on. Let's go for the Court of Israel because is that the Azara? Okay. The main entrance to the Court of Israel was through the Nicanor Gate. The platform was located at the edge of the Court of Israel, upon which the Levites would stand and sing. Representatives of the tribe of Israel would also stand in the Court of Israel to witness the daily Tamid offerings. Israelites were permitted entry for prayer or prostration. The Court of Israel measured 100. So anyone who entered the Court of Israel had to be pure. Was defined as having the holiness of the camp of impure individuals who needed to bring an offering to complete the process of prayer. That had to be done. Okay, so these are two paintings of the court of Israel. So the court of Israel was, I guess it was this narrow area here. And this is the women's court. You have different chambers on the sides. These are the 15 steps. And the Levite
court is just that little section between.
I think that the Levium
I think that's
would be,
right, though.
Yeah, the Levium would be here singing. Here is the Mizbeach, where they would bring the Tamid.
Wow.
So I guess the area of the Duchan, the platform for the Levium, was kind of like part of the area of Israel. Okay, let's see if that's, and then there's the court of the priests. Interesting. So which one is the Azara? Oh, okay. The people in the Azara, every day of the week had its own Shir Shayom, and each song was divided into 3 parts. After each part, the priest would sound the trumpets. The people in the court would bow down. So it could be the Azara is all the different courts, or just the court of Israel and the priests. I'm not sure.
Mm.
So let's see. It says there were 6 chambers in the courtyard, 3 on the north and 3 on the south. When we're looking here, we're looking. Which way is north?
I almost said, oh, east will be the direction towards the Beit HaMikdash. Thinking maybe you'd be able to pull it from which way the ark is facing.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. So this is east to west. This is east. This is west. If this is east, then this is north. Okay.
the bottom or the top is north?
I think the top is north.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And right is east. There were 6 chambers, 3 on the north and 3 on the south. That's what we're seeing in the diagram. 3 here and 3 here.
Mm-hmm.
On the north were the salt, the parva, and the washer. Okay, so we got it the other way around. This is the north.
Bottom
If
is
this
the
is
north.
the north,
Okay.
if this is the north, then the east would be this side. So then why does it say the southeastern corner? In the southeastern corner of the inner court were located 3 chambers. No, this is south, east. That's what I thought originally. Seems to be a non-congruent. Anyway, it should say, according to that, on the south were the salt, the parva, and the washer. Right? Because this is the salt, the parva, and the washer. Yeah. Anyway, in the salt chamber, they keep on the north with the salt chamber, the parva, and the washer. In the salt chamber, they keep the salt for the offerings. In the parva chamber, they have the skin. They salted the skins. On the roof was the bath used by the high priest in Yom Kippur. In the washer's chamber, they used to wash the entrails of the animals, and from it a winding way went up to the roof of the parva chamber. Our Mishnah that we are in is the Israelites' courtyard or within. Meaning outside the Israelites' courtyard, you have the women's courtyard. So we're talking Israelite courtyard and inward. Most of the Mishnah is self-explanatory. All right, so let's see. Ein adam nichnas lazar lavoda afilu tahor achitbol. Even if he's tahor, he needs to go to the mikveh before going, I assume, from the Israelite chamber inward to the Beit HaMikdash. That's inside the gate, up the 15 steps from the women's courtyard. Chamesh tefilot v'asara kiddushin tovel Kohen Gadol mekadosh bo bayom. The Kohen Gadol on the day of Yom Kippur would 5 times go to the mikveh throughout the day, and 10 times he would wash his hands.
Wow.
No. 5 immersions and 10 sanctifications. I'm not sure what it means by sanctifications. We'll see. And all of sanctity in the Beit Parva, with the exception of this one alone. So all of those were done in the Beit Parva, which is one of those chambers over there on the roof, except for the first one, I guess because he needed to go to the mikveh before going into that area.
Okay.
Okay.
Modern commentary or on to Dalit?
Yeah, let's go to Dalit.
Parsu Sadin shel butz bino levein ha'am. Okay, so they spread out a linen sheet between him and the people. So it's okay. Pshat, pashat, yarad, v'tavav, ala, v'nistabeg, v'nistapeg. He stripped off his clothes, went down, immersed himself, came up, and dried himself. Eviula bigdei zahav. They brought him the gold garments. Ve'lavash kidesh yadav v'raglav. He put them on and sanctified his hands and feet. Eviula et tamid. They brought him the tamid. Does that mean the offering?
The tamid would be the animal for the sacrifice.
Got it. Okay. Eviula et tamid. They brought him the tamid. Karatzo umarek achar shchita al yado. He made the required cut, and someone else finished it for him. Okay. So he did the actual act of shchita, it sounds like, and then someone else. Okay. Kibel et hadam v'zarko. He received the blood and sprinkled it. Nichnas lehaktir ktoret shel shachar. He went inside to smoke the morning incense. Ve'lehetiv et hanerot. And to trim the lamps. Ve'akriv et harosh. Ve'et ha'averim. Ve'et ha'chavitin. Ve'et hayayin. And to offer up the head and the limbs and the griddle cakes and the wine. Okay. When it says nichnas lehaktir ketoret shel shachar. Oh, okay. The haktir is the verb of ketoret.
Yeah.
Okay.
To burn.
He entered to incense the incense of the morning. Is yeah.
Yeah.
How do you trim a lamp? I guess maybe the wax.
Well, so part of that service was removing the ashes from the menorah, and perhaps
Oh.
I guess these were like real wicks.
Mm-hmm.
You had to trim off the burnt parts and prepare them. Whatever you needed to do to prepare them to be lit again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so that's Mishnah Arba. So we're going to see that he keeps switching back and forward. As part of the 5 times that he goes to the mikvah and 10 times sanctifying himself, is he's going to switch back and forward to his yearly clothes versus his Yom Kippur clothes. His Yom Kippur clothes are all white, but his all year clothes have gold in them, in some of them. And Yom Kippur, he only wears white. So now he put back on his not weekday, but his regular clothes.
Why would someone wear any regular clothes on your? They're pretty nice. So they're
These
like
are
all of our best highest Shabbos clothes.
Not regular. This is still the clothes of the Kohen Gadol, but it's the clothes that he wears during the year. But his special Yom Kippur clothes have no gold in them.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do one more Mishnah, and then we'll call it a night.
It's a longer
Hello,
parak.
hello, Max. All right, let's just do one Mishnah, and then I'm gonna switch over to. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna go back with Max, and
Do you want
hello,
me to
Max.
leave? Hi.
No need.
Hello, Max. We're doing a
Good
Mishnah.
afternoon, Shmuel. Or
Come join.
where you are, probably.
Shalom. It's about 11.
How are you?
Max, I'm just gonna. I
am-
have to let you know, for your privacy, you're live on YouTube. Not that anyone is watching right now, but who knows?
That's fine. Thank you for the notice. All
All
right, keep going with what you were doing.
We're just at Mishnah 5, and we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna we're gonna take over where we're at.
Sounds good.
Mishnah 5. Ketoret shel shachar haita kreva bein dam levarim. The morning incense was offered bein dam levarim, between sprinkling the blood of after the slaughter of the morning tamid and before bringing the limbs up to the mizbeach. Shel bein harbayim, the afternoon incense, the evening incense, was bein evarim lanisachim, after bringing the limbs up to the ramp, and before bringing the libations, the wine and the flour, or maybe just the wine and the oil. Im haya kohen gadol zaken, if so, back now to, that's all year. Back now to Yom Kippur, if he was an elderly person, the kohen gadol, o istanis, or a particular delicate person, mechamin lo chamin umetilin latoch hatzonin, they would heat water and pour it into the cold mikvah, kedei shetafog tzinatan, so that it would temper its coldness. So is that talking about the mikvah? Let's see. If the high priest cannot handle the frequent immersion, right? So we said previously that the kohen gadol dips in the mikvah 5 times on Yom Kippur. So they can heat up water and before Yom Kippur and put it into the cold water to temper it. The Talmud explains that they would put some iron rods into the fire on the day before Yom Kippur, and then on Yom Kippur put them in the water to heat it up. We should note that doing this outside the temple would be prohibited rabbinically. However, in the temple, there were no rabbinic prohibitions. Further, emphasizing the rabbis versus the priests, perhaps.
Oh.
All right. So I don't know if I'm gonna get off YouTube now. That's
That's a wrap.